Hi guys, welcome to my little corner of the internet. My name is Samantha and today we're going to be talking about books like we do every day. More specifically, we're going to be talking about the books that I may potentially be reading in February. So that's exciting. We made it through January. Awesome. Holidays are basically over and now we get to go into looking forward to summer. Is that what we're doing now? I don't even know. I don't know why I'm rambling. Basically, you guys came here to hear about the books that I may or may not be reading in February, and that's what we're gonna get to. Yeah, let's dive right in. I'm not even gonna, no intro this month. Got some Steinbeck, got a classic book to read about, have some buddy reads that I get to do, and of course a dark academia book because we are starting that journey bright and early February is when we're starting it. So why don't we go ahead and go into the dark academia. I plan on reading the OG book. We're gonna read The Secret History by Donna Tartt. From my understanding, from all the videos that I've watched, from all the book talks and the reels and the discussions on this book, it's about a group of students at an Ivy League school who, like, someone dies and it's a murder, it's a homicide, and they're involved in it in some way or the other, and it's very dark. And nobody likes any of the characters. They're very all awful people. They're pretentious students at an Ivy League school. So, like, let's go for it. This is the OG and I'm excited about it. Also, side note, I ended up with 2 copies. How does that equate? Like, how did we get to like paperback versus hardback, and like this hardback is literally a brick? I don't even think like there's differences in the text. You tell me. You think? I don't know. You think? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. All right. Most likely I'm going to pick up the paperback because I'm a paperback girly, especially with like 2 kids. Hardbacks are hard to like open up and actually read. So The Secret History, it's going to be vlogged. We're going to learn about it. On the same note of OG Dark Academia, I don't have this book physically, but I'm definitely going to read If We Were Villains by M.L. Rio, which, from my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, is another one of those OG Dark Academia books that everyone reads. But yeah, we're just going to dive into this one too. I have no idea what it's about other than I see it on everybody's videos for Dark Academia genre-based vlogs, and I'm ready. I'm ready to dive into it. I'm ready to make a vlog of my own. I'm ready to decide whether or not Dark Academia is going to be my thing. We're going to figure out. I think it might be, as long as the unlikable characters aren't too bad, which maybe I'm just wishful thinking there. If there are any other books that you know in the sphere of the subgenre of Dark Academia that you think I should read or want to see me read, make sure you comment it down below, and I'll see if I can get to it. I have a couple of ideas, so where it's still in the works. The next book is to go with my Steinbeck journals. I did my first video for January, and that's down below. And now we're moving on to February. This is actually going to be a buddy read with one of my friends, Jess. If you don't already follow her on Instagram, you probably should, just so you know. I'm biased, but that's basically it. I'm going to read Grapes of Wrath by John Steinbeck, which is probably his most popular book. I'm a fan of East of Eden. I just read The Winter of Our Discontent, and now we're going to jump into the Grapes of Wrath. This is about the Great Depression and the migration of people from the Midwest, the southern Midwest, Oklahoma, the Dust Bowl, to California. I believe it follows a couple of perspectives, one of them being a man, but it's just really like the discussion of this migration of men and women to California. And I'm excited about it. The Great Depression, for me personally, actually, reading about it does cause a little bit of anxiety, if I'm being honest with you guys. Like, I read The Four Winds by Kristen Hanna, and after reading that book, I was like, I have to like stockpile food. And I had to learn how to sew. I don't know why. I was also like, let's put our savings in a coffee can underneath like our bed and let's never invest ever. And my husband was like, no. I guess as a caregiver, when you read about stuff like the Great Depression, like it can be fairly traumatic because now I have to think about like, how would I survive in that situation? And it's intriguing, I guess is what I should say. So this might be anxiety inducing, but I love Steinbeck's writing. So I'm ready to deep dive into it again and probably feel a lot of emotions. I plan on having a discussion video about this as well. So tell me your thoughts and opinions on it down below if you've read it, so that I can kind of like have that in my brain. I'm not a literature student. I'm not an English student. So like having other people's perspectives and perceptions of a book really, really helps me as far as getting my own ideas and like sort of getting the brain juices moving. So if you've read this book, tell me what you think about it. Along the same lines of what classic literature I'm going to be reading this month. Like I said, January I set the goal to read one every month, and alongside the Steinbeck and the Hemingway journals, we're going to start with Sons and Lovers by D.H. Lawrence. This is going to be another buddy read with Jessie. We thought it was fairly fitting that it would be called Sons and Lovers, and it is February, so I'm excited about that. I'm going to read the synopsis because, like most classics, sometimes it's a little bit easier to read the synopsis than to give you my own. So here it goes. Bear with me. Sons and Lovers is the semi-autobiographical... Oh my god, see? Sons and Lovers is the semi-autobiographical... I can't look at it. Semi-autobiographical story of a young man's struggle for emotional independence. Trapped in a violent, loveless marriage to a man she considers socially inferior, Gertrude devotes herself to her sons William and Paul. When William leaves home and subsequently dies, she pours herself into the relationship with the younger son. Paul is torn between meeting Gertrude's demands and reconciling the conflicting feelings he has for two quite different lovers, Miriam and Clara. I also love this cover. I think I just like this aesthetic, I guess. I like the colors. But this is the one that's going to be for my classic this month, and we're going to have a discussion about this as well. This has like a 3.8 rating on Goodreads, so apparently it's not a favorite, but people still print it, and people still buy it, people still read it, so I'm intrigued to see why. The next one is Women on the Edge, and this is a thriller that, once again, I'll be buddy reading with Jessie. Like I said, just follow her on Instagram, guys. We're buddy reading a lot of things after you follow me, so then you get like both perspectives of us doing this, right? But anyways, I'm going to be reading Women on the Edge, which I understand is a psychological thriller about a woman who hands off her baby and then jumps in front of a train. So, might be emotionally devastating. We're gonna find out. I find that perspectives of mom really affect me because I relate more, so we're gonna see. I'm also not a fan of thrillers, but this is one that Jessie wants to read. We're gonna figure out if her taste in thrillers is my taste in thrillers. I have had no luck so far this year, which you can check out my wrap up. I've already tried to read several other thrillers that are like super popular. Did not work out very well. So once again, check out my wrap up. It should be coming out soon, if not already. And if it is already, I'll go ahead and link it down below. But yeah, so we're gonna do that. The next one is The Eye of the World, which I am buddy reading with Megan. I'll put her booktube down below. She has a YouTube channel as well. Yeah, I'm about halfway through this. We started it in January, probably gonna finish it in February. We'll see. And I'm enjoying it so far, just so you guys know. It's definitely epic classic fantasy. All the original tropes that you can think of have been involved so far in the story, and it's only the first book, so I'm intrigued, I'm interested. I'm really enjoying it just because it is such a classic fantasy read. Like, I'm getting all the vibes. I'm getting all the, like, the nostalgia and the comfort of just a normal fantasy read. Just like swords, axes, mystical witches. We have a troop of guys. They're going on a journey. And yeah, so, you know, there's the dark one that's following him, the bad, evil villain. Don't know if he's morally gray or not, but hopefully not, because like the classic OG is that he's not morally gray. But we'll get into that when I read it, when I discuss it with you guys. I'm super excited to finish that book as well and like start that whole journey of epic fantasy, The Eye of the World, The Wheel of Time. Looking forward to it. But that is what the potential reads look like for February. I'm super excited. Make sure you subscribe down below so you guys can join in on all the discussions about the classics I'm reading this month, and like definitely the Dark Academia, because this is a deep dive. This is going to be a deep dive. I'm going to be doing this all year, and I'm really intrigued to see how this goes. I keep on saying the word intrigued, but like I am. I'm interested. I don't know if I'm going to like this or not. I'm hoping that I do. I'm also hoping that it inspires me to actually go to graduate school this year. No? Maybe. We'll see. Alright, that's it, guys. Thank you for joining me. Yeah, make sure you subscribe, comment, like, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.